Hey friends, it's Shirley Bovshow at the Hoban Family Show, and I'm talking today about bringing back to life plants that are at the brink and the edge of death. And I bet you have some of these at home. You know which ones they are, guys. The ones that you haven't watered in maybe a month, and you're just wondering, are they really dead? Can something bring them back to life? And I'm here to tell you that yes, you can actually bring plants back to life. But I want you to get a little bit closer over here. Take a look at this mum. Now, most people would just say, this is a dead plant. You're probably thinking that, but take a very close look. Do you see these green stems? This plant is showing signs of life wherever you have greenery, and there's even one back here, and another green stem here. So what you want to do is you want to remove all of the dead wood. And you can even see here, if you take a really close look, how this stem is now super dry. It's not at all soft. And this is the transport system. This is the vascular area. This is where water is drawn up to the plant, but it can't do it. It's brittle, okay? So this part is fine for you just to get rid of the dead area. Okay, how about this lavender? And of course, all of these are victims of underwatering or neglect. They haven't even been watered. Okay, so this one, the way I know this is dead, I just listen. You probably didn't hear that, but that is a crunchy plant. There is zero greenery in this plant. And when you touch the soil, it's super, super dry. So I can't revive a plant that's dead, okay? This has no chance. Goodbye. This one does have a chance. Now take a look at this one. Does this look alive to you? Well, it does to me. It's got green leaves. Looks like the flowers are spent, but that doesn't mean that it's dead. Okay? So, but we've got another problem here. You may think, well, no one's watered it, so let me water it. Take a look at this. Can you see what's going on here? Why is the water not being absorbed? This is a problem, and this is very, very common when you over-dry your potting soil. It's called hydrophobic. It's a hydrophobic effect. Hydro, water. Phobic, fear of. Or, in this case, the soil is repelling the water off. So it's not anymore able to penetrate the soil. It's rock hard. I've got a good example of what happens when you have hydrophobic soil. Check this out. This is a begonia. It's still alive. It's got these beautiful leaves. But do you notice how the root ball here is like separated from the container? So like if you were to add water, you probably the water goes right through. Hydrophobic. Now the reason for this, so that you understand and better appreciate how to take care of your plants, is this. Take a look at this potting soil. This is nice moist potting soil from a bag. This is what we would use for our plants. Nice and moist, and it's got a lot of different materials. Some fir bark, it might even have a little bit of perlite or vermiculite, but a really important ingredient in many potting soils is peat moss. Now, peat moss is a fantastic ingredient to put in your soil mix, but here's the thing. It has the great reputation of holding a lot of water, kind of like the sponge, okay? It's able to absorb it and keep it nice and wet, so it keeps your plants hydrated. But it's a double-edged sword. On the other hand, if that peat moss becomes overly dry and parched, it's unable to take up water. And it almost has like a waxy coating where it just repels the water like Teflon. Okay, so there is a way though that you can reconstitute this soil. But it's gonna take a little patience, and let me show you one of the techniques. I've got a beautiful little vine here that hasn't been watered in a while. Rock hard soil. As a matter of fact, it needs more soil. This needs to be repotted. But I'm not going to do it until I first regenerate this soil. The way you do it, put a large plant like this in a large tub. I get these at any of the home improvement stores for about $10, and then fill it with water. You can put a little bit more. This is what you call bottom watering. And what happens is the water is now being wicked up to the root ball slowly, very, very slowly. I would leave this overnight. Sometimes it may even take a day or two. If you don't have a tub like this, use your bathtub. And what will happen is when you touch the top of the plant and it feels moist and everything is moist, keep, really probe inside. But once the water level has reached the top here and it's wicked up, you've saved your plant. And then what you want to do is make sure that it drains out. You can do the same thing for any of these plants that are small. All you have to do, fill a little bucket like this, and then I think I have a small little plant here. If this were wilted and it had that hydrophobic soil that was really hard, all you got to do is fill a bucket with water, put this in, make sure that the leaves are not underwater. So trust me, it's going to float at the beginning because it's so light. But as it starts to take up water, it's going to start wanting to sink down. Don't let that happen. As soon as it starts sinking, that means it's saturated with water. Great! Success! Take it out, let it drain, and you just saved yourself a plant. So for tips like this and other great things for everything that's wonderful under the sun, watch me on the Home and Family Show on the Hallmark Channel on weekdays. I'll be here. Bye!